Hey folks, welcome back to Real Talk, the show where I help you understand why voting for people who openly despise you is, shockingly, a bad idea. I'm your host, No Face Ned, and as you may have guessed, I don't have a face, because I voted for a guy who promised to cut funding for pointless wildlife protections, and now I know firsthand why leopards were on that list. But hey, I did own the libs for about 5 minutes before the leopards owned my face, so totally worth it, right? All right, today we're going to break down some grade A self-sabotage, courtesy of American voters who treat ballots like scratch-off tickets, except instead of winning money, they win higher grocery bills, global instability, and the creeping sensation that their elected leader may in fact be a Bond villain. Let's start with a classic. Tariffs, because nothing says winning like paying more for everything. Ah yes, tariffs, the old punch yourself in the face and call it strategy approach to economics. You remember how Trump promised he'd stick it to China with tariffs? And then every single one of those tariffs ended up making your groceries, cars, and appliances more expensive? Yeah, turns out, when you slap a tax on imports, American companies don't just eat that cost out of the kindness of their hearts. They pass it on to you. So congratulations, you stuck it to China by making your own wallet cry itself to sleep. I personally realized how bad tariffs were when I went to buy a new blender, to puree my food since I no longer have a mouth. And it cost $80 more than it did before. But hey, at least we got some sweet, sweet economic nationalism, right? Russia, Ukraine, and the guy who'd sell us to Putin for a golf course. Now let's talk about the whole Trump siding with Russia over Ukraine thing. Look, I get it. Some of y'all love an anti-establishment guy. But maybe, just maybe, the line should be drawn at supporting a dude who would happily hand America over to Vladimir Putin if it meant getting his name in gold letters on the Kremlin. The man literally froze military aid to Ukraine while they were fighting off an invasion. And now, he's out here basically saying, if Russia takes more land, I won't care. That's their business. Yeah, totally. Just like it was totally Germany's business when they started invading everything in the 1930s. That worked out great, right? Oh, wait. Look, if you're American and you side with Russia in this war, congrats. You're basically that guy in every horror movie who hears a noise in the basement and goes, I should go check that out alone and unarmed. The Gaza Strip, Trump's newest real estate scam? All right, last but not least, let's discuss the most unhinged real estate proposal in history. Trump's brilliant idea to take over the Gaza Strip and put up luxury hotels. Now I get it. He sees a war zone and thinks, wow, prime beachfront property. But here's a little history lesson. The Gaza Strip is not some abandoned lot waiting for a Trump Tower. People actually live there, and they probably don't want to be evicted just so some sweaty hedge fund guys can sip overpriced cocktails at the Mar-a-Lago Middle East. Honestly, what's next? Is he going to show up at Chernobyl and say, we're putting in a golf course. Radiation? Very strong, very powerful. Some say it makes you glow. It's beautiful. Closing thoughts. So in conclusion, voting against your own interests is like trying to win a fight with a bear by punching yourself in the face. You're not winning. You're just getting hurt for no reason. And if you don't believe me, just look at me. I literally have no face. Do you want to end up like me? No? Then stop voting for people who treat you like an NPC in their billionaire fantasy simulator. All right, folks, that's it for this week's episode of Real Talk. If you enjoyed today's show, hit that like button, subscribe, and remember, a vote for leopards is a vote against your face.